Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Canelo versus Crawford and Charlo? Look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And according to Michael Benson, he states that Chava from ESPN, Salvador Rodriguez, is reporting that Canelo Alvarez looks likely to fight Jermall Charlo, then Terence Crawford in 2024. Now, that makes zero sense to me. Now, one thing I will say is that Chava from ESPN, Salvador Rodriguez, has been wrong before about Canelo Alvarez and his potential fights. So, I don't know if this information is 100% accurate. But if this information is accurate, if this is true, and if this does happen, then this is Canelo Alvarez officially ducking David Benavidez. Think about this. There's no way that Canelo Alvarez can call himself king of 168 pounds when you would have had 3 consecutive fights with guys who do not campaign at 168. Think about this. Let's go back to last year. He fought Jermall Charlo, a 154-pound fighter. Then, if the reports are true, he'd be fighting Jermall Charlo, a 160-pound fighter. And then he would be fighting Terence Crawford, a 147-pound fighter. That would be 3 consecutive fights where you were fighting guys who do not belong at 168 pounds. You can't be the king of the division. Canelo Alvarez should be stripped of his belt at that point because you're no longer deserving of it because you're not fighting guys in the weight class. I cannot support that. I'm not a fan of Canelo. I'm a fan of boxing before I'm a fan of anything. That's what I'm a fan of. And look, let me break this down even further. David Benavidez is the mandatory for the WBC belt at 168. He stepped up his last few fights, fought Caleb Plant, fought Demetrius Andre. He's been trying to get bigger fights. He's been pushing himself. I have to respect what he's doing. I don't see why you would fight Terence Crawford, who's literally looking for a payday in an obvious mismatch, moving up that many weight classes. It simply doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense. And if you want to fight him that bad, fight him after David Benavidez. But fighting him in the calendar year of 2024, while you're fighting 3 consecutive guys who's not campaigned at 168, no, that's a duck and you should be stripped. If these reports are accurate. Think about it like this. The best 2 contenders that people really want to see right now is David Benavidez and Jaime Munguia at 168. These are both 2 guys who fought at 168, who've shown that they can be dangerous and good in competitive fights. These are the guys that everybody wants to see Canelo Alvarez fight. Jaime Munguia, David Benavidez at 168. No one really wants to see Jermall Charlo and Terence Crawford get destroyed at 168 against Canelo. No one wants to pay for that. What are we talking about? Canelo Alvarez is a great fighter. He's done great things. This is unlike him if he chooses to go this path. But at the end of the day, if he does choose this path, he should be stripped and be called a duck. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.